Good morning, students and parents and family. Whoever's listening to this today, I apologize. My allergies are acting up today, so if you hear me sniffling, I apologize in advance. If you find that distracting, I'm trying really hard not to, but my allergies are acting up really bad. Anyway, today's assignment is claim and evidence task cards. Now, as we are not having a regular class, the task cards are now digital. So what we're going to do is you're going to read through the task card and you're going to choose the claim that best matches the evidence that's provided. Now, so far, what we've done is to read and then match the claim to whatever's happening in the text, or to create our claim based upon what we're reading. This time we're being given the evidence first and then the claim. So please remember that to submit a Google Slides, you would click share, and then you would share that, copy that shareable link, and then submit that link to the website URL on the Canvas assignment. If you're doing PowerPoint, you're going to want to download this document, complete it, and then upload it. All right, so we're going to go through each slide. There are 10 slides. I'm going to do the first one for you so you can kind of get a feel for what this is all about. So the first thing that you're going to do when you come to a card is you're going to read through the question. It says, should students have to pay to play after school sports? So first thing I'm going to do is be thinking about, what do I think that this question is talking about? So well, obviously, this is asking like for after school sports, like track, like football, like soccer. Should students have to pay in order to be part of that sport? So I'm not even going to look at these yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the evidence and see if I can figure it out on my own without even looking at these answers yet. So our evidence says schools have lost money in their yearly budgets and had to cut extracurricular activities. So so budget being that they don't have enough money to have those extra after school sports. If students had to pay to play, then they would allow schools to offer the activities that students want. So obviously, looking at this evidence, if I was going to create a claim based on this evidence, it would probably have to do with schools probably don't offer a lot of different sports, or have as many sports because they don't have enough money. So if I'm going to be looking over here, we've got A, students should not have to pay to play school sports because many families wouldn't be able to afford it. Well, does our evidence talk about families not affording it? No, so it's probably not A, but I'm going to keep reading. B, students should pay to play school sports because it is their obligation. So obligation means that they have to support the school. Well, this doesn't talk about students having to do this. It's just an option. And then C, students should pay to play school sports because schools are having to make tough decisions based on smaller budgets. Well, this one is the only one that really talks about the school having to limit options because of money. So C is probably our best answer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on type answer here. You might have to double click. And I'm going to change it to the letter. So now that I'm done, I'm going to move on to my next card. So you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to read the question, kind of figure out what the question means, read the evidence, and then see if you can figure out what do you think the claim is based on this evidence. What claim can we make based on the evidence that we are given? And I've already given you one of the answers. So there are 9 more task cards here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to read each of the evidence that is available to you. So that way, if there are any questions, you can listen to me read them. So for task card number 2, your evidence says monitoring social media helps schools look for signs of trouble. When schools monitor social media, it keeps students safe and protected. And our question says, should schools be watching students' social media posting? So obviously we're either for or against this. So what do you think this evidence is saying? Is it either for schools watching social media postings or against? And read your answers and figure out now. You can pause the video, but I'm going to keep moving on. Task card number 3. The question says, should 12-year-olds be allowed to work? So our evidence says children in the workplace can create safety issues. Work would interfere with the education of children, and too many hours of school and work could be bad for a growing adolescent or teen. So does this evidence support kids being allowed to go to work or not? And then choose your answer. Pause the video if you would like to answer the question now, but I'm going to keep moving on. Task card number 4. The question says, should college athletes be paid? So obviously we're either for or against. So let's see what this evidence says. It says schools make millions of dollars from sports. The average sports scholarship is only $11,000. So does this support that athletes should be paid or should not be paid? Put your answer in the bottom now. You can pause the video, but I'm going to move on. Again, I apologize for my sniffling. I can't help it, guys. Task card number 5. Should foul language, that would be your curse words, be banned in high school sports? Meaning that we should not have foul language during or from student athletes on the field. So our evidence says calling someone names is not an example of good sportsmanship, and foul language takes away from playing the game well. So what do you think that this evidence supports? Is it allowing foul language or not allowing foul language? And put in your answer now, but I'm going to move on. You can pause if you like. Number 6. Should states ban junk food in schools? So our evidence says poor eating habits begin at an early age. Children spend the largest amount of their day at school. So do we think that this is for or against banning junk food? Select your answer now, but I'm going to move on. Task card number 7. Should disposable plastic water bottles be banned? So those would be your plastic ones that you would get from Food Lion or Walmart. Should they be banned? Should we not allow them? So the evidence says producing plastic bottles releases large amounts of carbon dioxide, or CO2, into the atmosphere, which is what destroys our ozone layer. Disposable plastic bottles take hundreds of years to decompose. So obviously not great for our environment. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry guys. I apologize, my allergies are killing me. Alright, continuing to read. Task card 8. Are search engines making us stupid? So this would be Google, basically. So our evidence says we are able to gain more information than the days before the internet. And we can easily get information and spend more time studying than finding it. Do we think that this supports this? Search engines are making us stupid or not? So, task card number 9. Is football too dangerous for children? Our evidence says tackling in football can lead to concussions, and concussions can lead to depression and memory loss. So does this support that football is too dangerous or not? Use that to help inform your answer. And then finally, number 10. Should more video cameras be installed in school hallways? Schools with video cameras reported that less bullying occurred because students knew that they were being watched. When bullying did occur, bullies were identified and then punished. So do we think that this evidence supports that video cameras should be installed or not? Use that to inform your answer. I'm sorry guys, I don't feel very well today. It's just allergies. I hope you guys all are faring better than I am right now. And enjoy the rest of your day once you're done. Bye.